Okay, so hey guys, my name is Daniel Song, or otherwise known as hazelnuts on speed solving. My YouTube channel is Starpower9502, and hope you guys know my channel, but you probably don't because I only have like 30 subscribers, 40, 45. I'm a Toronto speaker. I used to live in Vancouver, but I moved here because of school. Yeah, so I cubed for like 2 years. Well, not technically 2 years because I took a break for like 4 months. Because I didn't have a good speed cuber. But I have my Zenshi here, which is amazing. I don't know. So yeah, for 2x2 I use a Type C and I average around like 5 seconds. For 3x3 I average like 11 to 12. My best average of 5 is like 9 something, 9.7 something, and for 4x4 I average like 45, and 5x5 I average around 125. That's it. I like big cubes, like 5x5, 7x, not 6x6, because I don't have 6x6. So that's enough about me. Let's get into how to break the sub 20 barrier, featuring how to break the sub 20 barrier easily with practice, featuring. So this is gonna be some tips on how to break the sub 20 barrier. Now, first thing you gotta know is, first you gotta be sub 30 consistently, because if you're not sub 30, then you obviously cannot be sub 20 without being sub 30, unless you're like get 35 and then become like 16, but that doesn't happen. Okay, so if you're sub 30 and you're watching this vid, then hope you learn from this. I have some good tips for you to break the sub 20 barrier. So first thing I recommend is you do splits, and by splits I mean first solve the cross, and then F2L, and then you solve the last letter. Time the cross, time the F2L, and time the last letter, and see how many seconds that it takes you for each step. For example, if you take like 4 seconds on cross and then like what 40 seconds on F2L and then 5 seconds on last layer, then you obviously need to work on your F2L. That's pretty obvious though. So but still doing this, it will help you find your weakness. I mean, at first, like when I was like averaging like 25, my last layer was just terrible. I mean, cross was okay, 4 seconds, 3, and then my F2L was like, I don't know, like, 15? And then my last layer was like 10 seconds. But now I'm much better though. So I found a problem. So how could I decrease my time for the last layer? And let's see, what did I do? You can do PL time attacks. That's a very good strategy. It will help you with your PL speed and also execution, and then it will also help you with their regrips. Because when you do PL time attacks, you sometimes have to regrip a lot, so you can go through the alg right away. So PL time attacks are a very good way to decrease your time on the last layer for PLs. However, for OLs, you don't necessarily have to do all time attacks, because for OL I just repeat my OLs like 20 times, not 20 times, 200 times a day. Like if you're watching TV, do that, just practice as much as you can. The OLs. You don't necessarily have to do all time attacks, as I said. because what you don't want to do like 53 algorithms in like one set. So yeah, that's for the laser. For the F2L, if your F2L time is very bad compared to your laser or your cross, I suggest looking at other videos and see if you're doing something wrong. Then, because F2L is something that you can easily become good at with good techniques, but if you lack that technique, then you obviously can't sub 20 because you need like help on your techniques. So, for example, I'll show you some good cases for you to know. Like some of the hard cases that's gonna come up. I don't know what you would do for this case, but I certainly do it this way, which is much faster, probably the fastest way. It also orients that, but you don't need to know that. The yellow bar, whatever. Okay. So from here. So yeah, and also I'll do it on white cross just so people are more. It's easier because a lot of people use red cross. Also, this is also a good case. So basically, for F2L, it's first you have to use intuitive F2L, which should be hard at first. It was terrible to learn at first, but now it's easy. But for certain F2Ls, you gotta memorize a formula. I mean, some F2Ls are so horrible. If you want to do it intuitively, you really shouldn't. For that, you really don't want to do this intuitively. You gotta memorize an algorithm for this, like that. See, you don't want to do that intuitively. Then it becomes so much easier. But here's the thing: don't try to memorize the algorithms like even though you're really fast at intuitive F2L, because with intuitive F2L you can still become really good at it. But for just certain cases, you need to memorize an algorithm. You don't want to memorize like all like what 50 cases. That's like all cases. So you don't want to memorize all that. You want to memorize for specific pattern. That specific case that is really tough to solve. That takes like 20 moves to solve. So yeah, that's pretty much it for F2L. Just get the good techniques and then learn some algorithms for really tough cases. Also for cross, I'm actually gonna go in detail with the cross because it's very easy to explain. As you already know, when you're solving the cross, you don't necessarily have to pair white green with the green center, because that's pretty obvious, because a lot of people tell you that, and that's totally correct. I don't usually solve that first, because then it becomes really hard. Or sometimes I do. For example, let's see, for this, I'm gonna move it there, and then bring that piece down. So these two are actually solved, because when you do D, they become solved. So this, you need the white blue, and for that you need a orange white. I want to put that piece here, so I can do D2 and then R prime. Now they're all solved, except they're not properly permutated. And then next I can put that in there easily, and then I can realign the cross, like so. Now, here's another tip I have for you that might help you a lot with your Speedcubers all around the world have trouble transitioning from cross to F12. But at first it might seem like, wow, how can I do a cross and then find the first F12 pair? If you practice enough, then it gets easier because you can actually track pieces more efficiently. Because right now I can do the cross view blindfolded like that without even looking, and I'm trying to track where some of the pieces are, and I see these two are one F12 pair. So when I align my cross, I'm gonna quickly, oh well, I'll have that piece that piece, and then I can pair these two up and then pair that right away. So make sure you do your cross, make sure you can do your cross blindfolded. Not like, even if it's tough, like you're terrible at memorizing, just try it, force it. Don't track your cross pieces. For example, oh, I'm gonna put that there, and then that piece is there. Where's my next piece? Oh, that piece is there, and then I'm gonna put that there. Where's my first F12 pair? Don't do that. That's terrible. The look ahead is terrible. Instead, use your inspection time wisely. You have 15 seconds. That's plenty of time for cross inspection. So I don't even know that's there. I know it's there because I inspected it. So I see these two. So after I realign my cross, these two are gonna be here. Because when I turn it like this, it's gonna be here. So right after I finish my F12 cross, I'm gonna pair these two right away, right there, and then you can continue the F12. Oh, well. So yeah, make sure you do your cross blindfolded. I don't care if you like horrible at memorizing, yeah, just try to do your cross blindfolded so you can track where the first F12 pair is. If you can do that efficiently, then you'll sub 20. Like how horrible you're at the last layer, if you're good at tracking pieces, then yeah, it'll become so much easier to sub 20. Yeah. Also, one thing I haven't talked about, I recommend the Lubric Zanchi, at least just the Zanchi, and then lube it with your lubricant. Now, if you're sub 20, you won't have issues with popping, I assume, but I highly recommend the Zanchi because it is a very good cube. Because if I had this when I was like 50 seconds, if I had this cube, I would be averaging like 30 seconds. That's how good this cube is. Yeah. 2 Zanchis. So yeah, I guess that's it. So conclusion, do split times. So find the average time for your cross, F12 and last layer. If your last layer has a problem, do some PLO time attacks, and then do repeat OLOs as much as you can, like 400 times a day. Even if it's like if you're watching TV, just do the OLO. So yeah, I guess that's it. If there are any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below, and I will help you out. But just so you know, I average like 10 seconds, so I am clearly sub 20. Okay, which one looks better? Shangshao 5x5 is better. Zanchi. Okay, so thank you for watching this video.